Hi, everyone, and welcome to ED Connection, where we are live and connected. I'm Ashley Pennington, and I am our Senior Regional Director of Clinical Partnerships. And joining me today is Kayla Carson, Regional Director of Clinical Partnerships, and Darlene Graham, Lead Therapist at Selah House, part of our Selah Eating Disorder Network. Our eating disorder network is comprised of Selah House, Magnolia Creek, and Toledo Center for Eating Disorders. We meet clients exactly where they are in their recovery journey and provide the necessary therapeutic techniques to empower sustainable freedom. Our expert clinical teams help clients understand that recovery is possible by utilizing individualized treatment plans comprised of evidence-based treatment modalities. Our goal: to help clients feel safe and close to home by conducting all levels of care in comfortable and home-like settings designed to offer a clear step-down process supporting clients in their recovery journey. Again, it is my honor to introduce to you today Kayla Carson, Regional Director of Clinical Partnerships, and Darlene Graham, our Lead Therapist at Selah House. Take it away, Kayla and Darlene.
Thank you, Ashley and Darlene. We're so grateful to have you as a part of our dedicated team. It is really a joy working with you, even long distance virtually. And so could you just tell us a little bit about your background and how you felt called to support and counsel those fighting for a chance to heal and grow from their eating disorder and grow into freedom?
Absolutely. So the first thing I wanted to say was to thank you for this opportunity. I love Selah, and so to get the chance to talk about Selah is a great opportunity. So first of all, counseling is actually a second career for me. And so I spent 17 years at a pharmaceutical company, ultimately working in the areas of meeting planning and then as a marketing associate. And although I worked for a great company, I really longed to work one-on-one and to work in a way where I felt I was making a difference. And so I made a very difficult decision to leave that job and go to school full-time to get a counseling degree. And I went to Christian Theological Seminary in Indianapolis, Indiana, and received a degree in 2008 and went on to be licensed as a mental health counselor in 2010. And at that time, I did have an interest in working in eating disorders. And so I got on the internet and did a search and found out in the state in which I lived, there was Selah House. And so I began stalking Selah House and actually was able to secure a position here at Selah House in 2013. And I was quite thrilled.
What do you love about Selah right now? And we'll get maybe to some thoughts that you have for people who are considering Selah for treatment, but you found them online. You knew it would be a great place. You stalked us out, and 7 years later, you're still here. So what's kept you here doing this work?
Well, there are a number of things. I love Selah's mission. I love that it's faith-based. That was huge. I love the fact that there is just an inherent desire for people to care for our clients. I, for one, work very closely with our clinical team, and I can honestly say that each and every person on our team cares very much for our clients. And so I have this feeling that I don't have to do it by myself, that there is a team approach, there's a team of caring people, and I love our clients. You know, they are people who are struggling to make a difference, who are struggling to have a life. And to be able to walk alongside them in that journey is a great opportunity. You know, I always try to say every day, I try not to let a day go past without thanking God for what I get to do here in helping people on their journey to recovery.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredibly powerful, and just the genuine care that the staff does have for our patients every day. It spills all the way down to Nashville, Tennessee, where I live, and so it's just such an honor to work with you and that team. And so, tell me a little bit about just your approach. Walk me through your approach to helping clients discover, uncover, create a new identity and mindset that's apart from their eating disorder. We know the eating disorder can be so intertwined with that person.
Absolutely.
So what are some things you do to help them really figure out who they are?
Well, that's a great question, because one of the things we say at Selah House is that the eating disorder is an illegitimate way to meet legitimate needs. So we always start off, first of all, meeting the client where they are. That's the first step. And then the second step is to help them understand that in reality, they were trying to solve a problem, resolve an issue, cope with something, and the way that they had chosen to do that, and maybe not even on a conscious level, is that they grabbed onto the eating disorder. And the eating disorder is very deceptive in that it works temporarily. And that's why you have to do it again and again and again. And so one of the first things we do when clients come is to help them understand, what is the eating disorder doing for you? What is that all about? And once we find that out, we can say, you know what, bless your heart, you were trying to help yourself in this area, and you were trying to meet some very valid needs. It's just the thing that you grabbed onto wasn't the most effective. Let's help you find some other ways to meet those very valid needs. And some of those needs involve having a sense of identity, you know, knowing who they are, having a sense of connection, independence. I often call the eating disorder an opportunist. And so when it sees a gap or a need, what it does is it will step in and say, well, I can meet that need for you. I can give you a sense of identity. And so one of the things we do in helping clients understand why they're using the eating disorder, the next step is to say, what else can you use to have that sense of identity, to have that sense of connection? And that's generally a starting place for us.
Yeah, you know, the survival mechanism that it can be for so many people, and being in that place where sometimes the usage of the behaviors was their way to survive, and so they can come to Selah and find freedom from that coping mechanism, and find just healthier ways to cope and sift through all those emotions, and you get to help them do that.
Absolutely.
And they get to have you help them do that, which is just such a blessing. So as the lead therapist at Selah House, what can prospective clients and families expect from the care that's provided at Selah? What do you believe in your heart is the Selah difference that we talk about so often?
Well, in thinking about this, I came to the conclusion that it's a combination of things. You know, oftentimes I'll use the phrase of a perfect storm to describe sometimes how an eating disorder can get started and all the factors that come together. But when I think about the Selah difference, I think the opposite is not the perfect storm, but what I like to call a perfect combination. And so I already mentioned one of them, which is that genuine place of care that comes from each of our staff members. In fact, this morning we had our treatment team meeting, and I knew I was doing this interview, and so it just confirmed what I saw today, just that everyone is very invested and just very caring about what happens in the course of treatment for our clients. The second piece of that perfect combination has to do with commitment. And so that place of, sometimes we might need to have a meal with our clients to find out where they're struggling and to help them in that place. We might have to stay a little bit longer to sort of support them in that. And I think that that's that place of really being committed to what's needed in the moment. And as a part of that, that's customer service. I'm personally huge on customer service because I know how I feel when I'm seeking services and the people who are providing those services appear as if they don't care. And in this setting, sometimes when a parent drops off a teen into our hands, they need to know and be assured that we're caring for them. And so there's the care, there's the commitment, and then there's the collaboration, where we come together as a team. We talked about the treatment team meetings. We also talk every single morning, Monday through Friday, so that we are all up to speed and just aware of what's going on with each of our clients so that we know what they need for that day. And that's made a huge difference in how we operate with our clients.
Yeah, and I have, most people know that I'm also a clinician, so a dietitian, and I've had the opportunity to sit in on that clinical meeting. And that is exactly what I took from my experience sitting in on that, was this group of people with genuine care for each and every individual. And it's definitely unique to Selah House and unique to any other treatment team I've ever sat in on. And so I can attest to that as well. And, we just thank you so much for your time, Darlene, and for your dedication every single day to holding these clients where they are and continuing to help walk them through this, scary journey to freedom. And so we're just so thankful for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Darlene and Kayla. That's incredible, Darlene, that you sought us out 7 years ago and you're with us. And I echo what Kayla has mentioned. It is such an honor to work alongside you. And as you mentioned, providing that quality customer-driven care, it's second to none throughout Selah House and throughout our network. So we appreciate you. We thank you for joining us today. And for more information about our Selah Eating Disorder Network, or if you or someone you know is suffering from an eating disorder, look no further. We are here and we are ready to help. We invite you to contact our admissions team 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 765-641-0022 with one call and many solutions. You can also visit our website at www.selahhouse.com, where you will also find information for our Selah Eating Disorder Network. And we invite you to follow us on social media on our Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter at Selah House, Magnolia Creek, and Toledo Center. We invite you to join us next week, August 12th at 12 o'clock Eastern, 11 o'clock Central, as we welcome Dr. Danielle Haygood, our clinical director at Magnolia Creek, as she talks about our adjusted programming for the upcoming fall semester. You're not going to want to miss this new opportunity. From Darlene, Kayla, and myself, thank you so much for joining us today. And again, we are here, we are ready to help, and we invite you to walk with us into freedom. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.